Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the Hasbro Marvel Legends series, the Deluxe Target exclusive Venompool. So this one just went up on Friday during Target's Fall Geek Out, and it was in stock. Sold out in I think about 13 to 14 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I ordered mine at like 6:05 or something like that. I woke up half asleep. I'm like, oh, I gotta order a Venompool, and then he sold out shortly after that. Dan Yoon on Twitter posted that it should arrive in stores sometime after October 6th. So what that looks like, I don't know. You know, come October 6th, is it going to be in stores? Highly likely it will not be. However, after the 6th, maybe they will start trickling into stores, or maybe that's when a planogram update, all this and that, various different variables. But sometime after October 6th, it is expected that these should become available in stores. My recommendation is to go onto the website listing and hit the notification for when it comes back in stock, because you never know. Restock can and likely will happen, so you can get your Venompool. Now, this one is a repaint of the original Build-A-Figure of Venompool. Now, the original Build-A-Figure was based on the Contest of Champions video game, or mobile game, excuse me. The Contest of Champions mobile game that came out. And it had kind of a similar color scheme to that of the movie Deadpool, as you can see, with kind of the more muted red with the textured suit there. This particular Venompool, I'm going to go out on a limb and say is more comic-based Deadpool-ish, because we get a brighter red. We still have the same texturing because it's the same exact figure. I'll go over the differences between the two figures in this video, but I really think it's still going to be just the color of the red and then the brown and the straps and things like that. But we'll go ahead and kind of go through it. So we got a Deadpool logo there. At the front, we got a Deadpool logo. Up at the top, we get this artwork of Venompool there, looking really good. Back of the package, we see that full artwork. The bio reads, when Wade Wilson is infected by an extraterrestrial symbiote, he becomes the unstoppable machine Venompool. So if you mix Deadpool and Venom, what do you get? You get Venompool. Let's check them out. Hey guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and help me reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're getting so close, just about 2,500 left to go. We're almost there, so hit that subscribe button now. Alright guys, we have the Venompool figure out of the package, and he looks really good. The red is super bright, looks nice. We get some nice silver in some areas where like the staples are as part of like the red over the symbiote portion, I guess. Not really sure where that design comes from, so that looks pretty good. We get this nice wash in the purple of his tongue, which we didn't really get the first time around on the Build-A-Figure, so that is also nice. So yeah, some good stuff going on here. So let's go ahead and get in for a closer look and take a look at Venompool. We also get an extra set of hands. So out of the package, he has the grip holding hands for his two swords, and then we also have these open hands. No fists, unfortunately. That would have been a nice touch, or if like the nails were painted or something, that would be cool. But anyway, Venompool. Let's zoom in. Okay, so here is the up-close look at Venompool, and that looks really good. We get this nice pearly white or silver for his eyes there, and look at the nice wash in the tongue, so that looks really good. We get a couple of shades of yellow for the teeth, so some nice painted on detail. So if we compare to like the original Build-A-Figure, as you can see, I guess it's, I don't know if the lighting playing tricks on me, but it looks more of a solid yellow, where here it looks like a little two-tone yellow. But maybe I'm just crazy. That could be it. No, I feel like they're kind of whitish with a little bit of yellow in there, whereas these ones are just a full-on yellow. But look at the tongue, purple tongue, but there is no wash in there. Any dark spots that you see is just going to be because of actual like natural shading from lighting and whatnot. So that's the difference there in the head sculpts. And then the head, yeah, see, the silver just looks a little bit shinier, if that makes sense, a little bit brightish silver. And then in the eyes, I see a little bit of shine, whereas the Build-A-Figure, I don't really see any shine. And then the straps, as you can see, we get a much lighter brown, where we get this like muted brown there. Both silver in the buckles, but I feel like we get a better like titanium silver or gunmetal silver looking color on the new one, which does look a little bit better. We also get painted on buttons for those pouches on his belt, whereas the Build-A-Figure did not get those. So that is a little bit of a difference there. And then just the handcuffs and the anklets there. we get a more of a gunmetal color as opposed to just like a gray color. So it looks a little bit better. And then, of course, the dark red versus the bright red. The blacks are essentially the same. If anything, we get a little bit shinier black on the Build-A-Figure, where we get more of a flat black on the Deluxe figure. And then those staples, again, the staples just look to be a slightly brighter silver paint on them. But other than that, you know, very similar. Let me zoom out so you can see here. You know, the sword sheaths, you know, they match the straps, so it was more reddish in color, whereas this one's more of a light brown in color and looks a little bit better. But that's really it for the differences. The swords, actually the swords are the same, but the Deluxe, let's see. The Deluxe here, this is the original release. The Deluxe has a better like silver plastic used for the sword, so it looks a little bit better to me. In my opinion, this one's lighter, just doesn't quite look as good. This one looks a little bit more realistic. The hilt, as you can see, slightly different color, so we have more of like a metallic sheen to the plastic on the Deluxe. Oh, and then the sword hilt actually gets painted on silver in between the little straps there on the hilt, where they were all black on the Build-A-Figure, and then I had to scuff paint on mine. But there's the difference. So not a whole lot else going on. So we'll go ahead and get to the review, finish out the review, and take a look at the articulation, because he's just all bright red with some black. So how he moves, let's check it out. Okay, so Venompool's articulation, his head, he can look up quite a ways, as you can see there. He can look down all the way there, which is good. You get full rotation in that head, and not really any pivot going on in there or anything. The arm, you can get to go straight on out like so. You can do a full rotation in there. You have an upper bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow gives you 90-degree bend, as you can see there, which is good. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge. The sword grip hands actually have a vertical hinge, which is great. The open clawed hands have a standard horizontal hinge on them. So vertical hinge for the hands, because he is wielding swords, so that is good. We have an ab crunch on this guy, so he can crunch forward that much. He can go back that much there. That is pretty good. You've got a waist swivel in there. Legs go out that far apart. That's not a whole lot, if I'm being honest, but he is a big, massive dude. He probably shouldn't be able to move around crazy like. He can kick forward very far, though, which is great. Leg doesn't really go back. You got an upper thigh cut in there. Double jointed elbow. Does have pins, as this is a few years old now and just a repaint. So double jointed knee there. No leg swivel of any kind, or lower leg swivel. Foot hinges down a little bit. You get some hinge up, ankle pivot, pegals at the bottom of the feet. So standard articulation that, you know, we see. He's a big dude. He can move around a little bit. The sword sheaths you have to put onto the straps. Now, I don't really have this problem on this one, but on my Build-A-Figure, I really had a problem where this kept wanting to fall off very easily. And it's not the easiest thing to put it on. Now, I believe you can actually... I have to go back, and if you can remove this... I feel like it does come apart back here, but I remember it being kind of a pain in the ass to put back together, so I'm not going to take it apart. So just a heads up on that, you really have to get your finger under there and clamp it down to make sure that it's solid in place and it's not going to fall off on its own. Because my Build-A-Figure, again, I really had that issue, but here I got it on solid and seems to be holding up pretty well. Okay, so Venompool, he can grip those swords nice and easy. As you can see there, you just slip him into the grip hands. The swords are on there nice and tight. They're not going to go anywhere, so he can be a whole lot of fun kind of posing them around. But let's go ahead and see him next to comic Deadpool, and next to the Build-A-Figure for the full shots, and next to the MCU Deadpool. Okay, so here we have Venompool next to the comic Deadpool, and looking at images and stuff from Contest of Champions, it is hard to say, you know, should it have been that kind of that more muted, darker red of the Build-A-Figure, or should it be more the bright comic? You know, I think comic-wise, definitely a brighter red, but Contest of Champions, I think, was a pretty bright red also. So with the Build-A-Figure, I guess it's even more of an odd choice now, and I don't remember what I thought of it at the time, on, you know, that red. And I think maybe could it have been around the time that the first MCU Deadpool figure was releasing, so they wanted to kind of tie it in to give it a more movie look? I'm not really sure. But the bright red, I think, looks so much better just having them side by side. Because, I mean, look, I mean, the bright red is nice. Like the new MCU Deadpool, that's going to be a bright red. That's going to be really nice. So the brighter one is just really the way to go. So if I like throw this in there, right? So we look at it, it's, you know, very similar between the two. But the comic one, in my opinion, was really the better way to go. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. What looks better, the brighter red or the darker muted red of the Build-A-Figure? Okay, so I definitely think I spoke a little too soon on the sword sheaths because mine has fallen off a couple of times just by kind of moving the strap around, and it just kind of falls off on its own, so you have to re-secure it. So it sounds like they didn't really fix that issue, although I don't know how they could have fixed that issue without putting like a peg and a peg hole or something to better hold it. But, you know, if you don't move it around too much, you're not really going to have an issue. But anyway, that is the Venompool Deluxe Target exclusive figure review. You guys let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of it? Were you able to get in on the order through Target.com? I know it sold out pretty quick. Toy Snowman had it available, but they sold out. I think CMD may have had it. And then hopefully just now in store, you'll be able to find it in Target stores. So I'll have a listing to the online Target listing just in case it comes back in stock. I remember I would hit that notify when back in stock, so you can get notified in case it does, and you'll be able to get your order in. So there's the Venompool. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Help me reach my goal of 50,000 by the end of the year. And as always, thank you for watching.